I decided to do a talk about YouTube at my company's developer event, and I really hope it goes well. I'm 300 kilometers from home in the north of France, and tomorrow is the biggest developer tech event of my company. A lot of international colleagues will be coming to present their latest cutting-edge technologies, big cloud data platform, and their huge agile projects. Even some C-executives may come to some of the talks, and your big golden unique opportunity to showcase your work to top management. Yeah, that event is really a big deal. Actually, maybe I was supposed to make a talk about generative AI, streamlit and LangChain, but YouTube has been an important aspect of my life for the past 2 years. I'm spending most of my mornings scripting, recording, editing, doubting myself, making online friends, answering viewer comments, preparing community polls, analyzing video statistics, yada yada. So I decided to submit a talk about YouTube. To do a talk at a developer event, first you need to get your talk selected. How does the selection process go? 3 months before the talk, there is a call for paper phase. Anyone can submit their talk proposals, which comprises of the talk abstract, what you're going to talk about, how you are going to talk about it, and references to previous speaking experiences. Then a jury will read all of the talks and then decide on which one to select. Basically, you have like 3,000 words to convince the jury to choose your talk. The way I prepare a talk is a little bit more involved than when I prepare a YouTube video. Let me show you about it. Here's my gigantic mind map. Look at this. On the left, there's most of the ideas about my audience, like what's the message I want to put across, how long is it, what's my target audience, and what kind of pushbacks I expect from my audience. And then on the right, there's the structure of my talk, the intro, credibility, what's the promise, and the main points I want to make before the conclusion with the call to action. This is a structure that I created from 2 resources. I got this from Resonate, a book about making presentations, visual stories that transform audiences. Really great. By the way, all of this is not sponsored, I just love those books. The second resource is a little card deck called Cicero, a framework for public speaking. And whenever I got imposter syndrome, I just read Confessions of a Public Speaker. Whenever I read this, I'm ready to go again on my public speaking journey. And then when I got the structure down, I can use ChatGPT to make the proposal. I mean, I can write the proposal myself. And then I submit the proposal on the website for the call for papers, which in this case is actually that internal GitLab. And while only a small number of people are going to do the selection process, all of my colleagues will have access to my proposal and they can read it, react to it, even comment it. I mean, I'm usually okay with that process, but for this talk it was going to be a little bit more personal because it's about YouTube, it's not about just me selling on Streamlit and LangChain. I was a little stressed to get some negative comment like,
"This is not a coding tutorial that should not have its place on a tech event."
But then I got accepted. Look. I don't know if you can read it somewhere. We are very pleased to inform to you that your talk 2 years as a data YouTuber have been selected to the 2023 Tech Forum. All of your imperfections. Yeah, I'm working on my slide deck here, but you know, when you already structured your slides in the mind map, doing the slides is actually the easiest part.
Is what I would like to say, but why do I keep rushing the slides 2 days before the deadline?
I spent a few hours scripting the talk, almost word by word. Years ago, I didn't script any of my talks. I would just do the slides and YOLO them. But now I find that scripting in advance makes it easier to plan the timings of my slides. Now, I know that on this slide, I'm around minute 4.5, and it also makes it easier to create jokes at certain points of the slides. And then I can also improv around the script. I don't need to like learn my script word by word. It's just like a general thread. There's 31 slides, and when I go through the slides by reading the script, so not actually repeating yet, just reading out loud, it's around 22-23 minutes. This talk is supposed to be 30 minutes, questions included, so I'm guessing that's good enough. Yeah, I guess so. But you know, when you watch the slides, there's not a lot of text on the slides to read out. I think I can skip any of these slides without compromising the quality of the talk, even though I already chose the slides that I want to skip if I'm late in my presentations. I know I'm going to skip this slide here, I can skip it, and maybe also one of those later slides, not the conclusion. That 15 minutes mark on the left, right? Reason one, video content, always cool to do. That everybody needs to watch CSS tutorials about streamlit and CSS, I don't know. Wow. Let me calibrate my microphone first. I've been growing to 4,000 subscribers, not an explosive growth, still more than the number of people that is here today. But I mean, why would you watch a video about CSS and Python when at any time when you're bored, you could just go on the right sidebar and click on a video about how to escape a bloodhound by Mark Rober? Anyone try to guess how I started? Yeah, okay, with one video. This was my first video on the left. For those of you who don't know, Instagram knows it's like TikTok, but on Instagram, for those of you who don't know TikTok, ask someone younger. Thank you very much. This talk, I think it was a success. I did dozens of technical talks and yet this one was very meaningful to me. Now sure, half of the talk goes into YouTube analytics to improve my content creation just to satisfy the left brain of the attendants, but when the analytical side is satisfied, the latter half of the talk goes into the more emotional territory. It delves into building a community of data fans, having coffee chat with some of you, dear viewers, and making friends with other data science YouTubers. This part about connecting with other people hopefully spoke to the right brain of my audience, to the heart of the people. Connecting to the human side of you, my viewers, through my humor and my personality, it's something I try to do in my YouTube tutorials. But looking back at some of my older videos, I still think I hide myself too much behind a lot of code and fancy editing. Some of my jokes really break the pacing of tutorials. We developers are way too used to letting our technical skills, our logic, our code, our video editing speak for us rather than express ourselves for real. And after 10 years of technical data analysis, I'm just not as satisfied anymore. Also, I think generative AI could replace those types of creators. Mixing education and entertainment, mixing tutorial and personality is really hard, but I think it is the best feeling. And maybe this talk and this video you're watching is a bit more meaningful to me, as it's less about educating you, it's more about connecting with you and putting a smile on your face. I speak like an entertainer now. I don't do a lot of personal vlogs, so here's another one. If you're interested, put a comment below if you liked it and want to see more. I'll see you around. Bye!